Welcome to Toffee TV. It is three things from Southampton 2, Everton 0. Everton's unbeaten run is over at a ground where we don't generally do very well there anyway. I think Southampton have beaten us more than anyone else in the Premier League, so that followed suit quite nicely for them today. First thing we'll talk about is the lack of quality, which we have to talk about in terms of players who come in. Not so much the lack of, I think the players who come in have got quality, but there was a clear drop off from what we've had before. Obviously, we'd lost Richarlison and he was replaced by a Iwobi, who does have some quality about him and showed in flashes, certainly in the opening 20 to 25 minutes, that he can be a threat. But he just went out the game. Once Southampton went 1-0 up, he disappeared from the game. And it was no surprise when he was hooked off at half time. Gylfi Sigurdsson, who, looks like we saw earlier, within the opening quarter of an hour, what he can do, getting it out of his feet and wrapping a shot against the crossbar. Then he disappeared out the game. There was no real influence from him in the game. And these players who have been on the periphery, and wanted their opportunity, have come in today, and it just looked like Everton of last season, which isn't good. It's not a good thing. Bernard come on and he didn't really make any difference either. So that's a real frustration. A real frustration for me that they haven't come in and really taken their opportunity. One player who I think come on and did make a difference and did look like he could do something was Anthony Gordon. He was the only one really who directly ran at Southampton and caused them problems. And hindsight's a great thing, isn't it? But when you think back to the first half, when we were in the ascendancy, you just wonder what it would have been like with him playing off the left and running at them, getting into the final third. Because let's be honest, Dominic Calvert-Lewin was isolated. He was on the periphery of the game the whole way through. He didn't do anything really, and didn't have anything that was creative for him. And we haven't seen that this season. We've been creating good opportunities for him, and even when he's also been getting chances chances to run up plays, we didn't even do that. Their two centre backs are really slow, and not once were we able to split them. So that was a real frustration. And I think you look at today and you look at Alan, who didn't look fully fit to me. James was nowhere near fully fit. Might have been fit enough to get on the ball, but he wasn't as sharp as he has been. They were clearly struggling for me today, and that drop off was just too much. So it's a real, the manager's got a real conundrum, I think, now for next week for Newcastle as who plays where. I'd be, obviously Luca Dean's missing now, so talk a bit more about that in a minute. So Nkunku will come in, should come in there. But Anthony Gordon will definitely be starting up there next week for me, because no Richarlison again, and it showed today that just how important he is to us. Even if he's not scoring, he creates opportunities and he takes people with him, and we didn't really have any of that today. So that's a real worry. Second thing, the red card. I said on my match reaction, I don't know. I don't know if it is or it isn't. It was a late. He's caught the lad late. There's no intention. They're both running. Kyle Walker-Peters runs across him. Dean catches him late. Is that a red? I don't know. It's the real answer. I've seen a lot of people on social media. They're saying it's never ever a red. I've heard Kieran Dyer and Jamie Redknapp saying it wasn't a red card. No intention. Will Everton appeal it? I don't know. They could look at it again. I don't know why Kevin Friend didn't go and look at it, but then I guess after the week we've had, they were never going to give us any decision that could have gone in our favour. Was never happening after what's gone on all this week with the media and stuff. So it is what it is. It's he's now suspended for 3 games unless Everton can appeal it. We'll see. I don't think he had a good game anyway, Luca, did he? But it is what it is. And then the final thing is really, as disappointing as it is today and as frustrating as it is and everything else, we've got to remember that we've had a good start. We'd have all took being top of the league after 6 games, wouldn't we? There's no question about it. The disappointment is today that we haven't performed. Like I said on my match reaction, you can lose games of football, and we did deservedly today, Southampton. No qualms about the result. It's a real frustration when your team doesn't perform. We haven't made Alex McCarthy work at all in that game, and that's the real disappointing thing today. If you're carving teams open and having chances and you get beat, it happens in football. You can have those days, but today was just, we were way below par, way below par. The fact that we didn't test them and cause them real, put them under real pressure is a massive disappointment to me. And you just look and think, that decision not to bring in another forward on the last day, whether it was whoever it was, Marcel Brands or whatever, because we know Carlo Ancelotti was looking at it, whether it was Ancelotti or whether they thought there was enough. With Richarlison not there, we are so light in that final third. It was a calculated gamble, of course it was, and at the moment it looks like a poor decision because Richarlison went and got himself sent off. But today it was just a bit frustrating. But you do have to look at it and go, we're in the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup and the top of the league going into next weekend. So I guess that way you've got to look at it and go, right, let's hope today was one of those days. And it's massive now. Next week at Newcastle, the club have got to bounce back. The team's got to bounce back with a victory up at St James's Park next week now and really dust themselves off after this defeat, because it was a shocking performance from Everton and very much against what we've seen so far this season. Although there has been a couple of signs that the injuries are mounting up a little bit. It broke our rhythm. You still expect more than what we got today. So, but just like you say, we're still top. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Make sure you subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. And if you want more videos, join us on Patreon. Check out Ped's match reaction and player ratings too. See you later.